Alright, so in this video, I'm going to show you how you can give your learners access to the ADAPT platform so that they can actually start doing the assessments that you have created in the platform. So to get started, your learners are going to need an account on the ADAPT platform. Now, I will say that this process becomes much smoother if your institution connects the ADAPT LTI to your learning management system. So if your Canvas or Blackboard administrators connect up the ADAPT LTI, then basically student accounts can automatically be provisioned through their LMS, which just makes the student experience much smoother. But assuming that you do not have that connection set up yet, then what will happen is first learners need to go to the ADAPT website and register for an account. So here I am at the ADAPT website. I'll click on register in the top right and click on student. Now from here, the student has a couple of choices. They could do a campus registration. If they click campus registration, it will actually give them the ability to indicate whether they want to do a single sign-on with a Microsoft account or a Google account. So if your institution has either of these platforms, the learner could do a single sign-on with that institutional account. So that's one way that they can log in, and a perhaps easier method of logging in. Alternatively, another option is that they just fill out this quick form. They provide their first name, last name, student ID. This doesn't necessarily have to be their actual student ID from their institution. What's important is that you are able to distinguish which student is which. So if you can do that through their names or through their email addresses, then they don't necessarily have to provide their actual institutional ID, but that choice is up to you. They provide a password to log in to ADAPT, and they indicate their time zone. Once they do those things and click on submit, that will create their account, and then they can log in to ADAPT. Now, once they have logged into ADAPT, they'll be brought to a screen that looks something like this, where they're not enrolled in any courses yet. But there is the button right here to enroll in a course. And so if I click on this button, ADAPT is going to ask for an access code. And basically, every course in ADAPT will have an access code. And this is basically a code that a student will input in order to gain access to the course. So now let me show you how you actually get that access code and share it with your students. So here I am in ADAPT as an instructor, and here is my Sandbox course that I created. I'm going to click on the gear for my Sandbox course and go into the settings here. And if you look on the left-hand side, you're going to want the area labeled sections. If I click on that, you'll see that it provides me an access code for a particular section. Now, a course can have multiple sections. In this case, I only have one, but you may have multiple sections if you're going to offer this course material across multiple offerings. But I'm going to click on copy to copy that access code. And so now you could share this access code to your students. You could provide them the instructions on how to register an account with ADAPT, and then provide them this access code to log in. I'm going to hop back here to my student account. I will paste in that access code, and I'll click on submit. And now I've been enrolled in that course. And actually, one final thing that I need to do is, as an instructor, I need to make sure that my course is published. A student can be enrolled in a course, but until it's published, they're not actually going to see it. So I'm going to flip back to my instructor view here, look at my courses, and you can see that right now my sandbox is set to a no for whether it's shown or not. So I'm going to change that to a yes. Okay, and so now my course is visible. And now if I flip back to my student view and I'll hit refresh, you can see that now the student can actually see that course and go into it. Okay, so I clicked on that course, and now I, as the student, can see any assignments. But of course, that is within the parameters of the availability date and whether or not the individual assignments are visible. So just like with any other learning management system, the instructor has control over what assignments are visible and when, and the due dates and all of that stuff. So we saw that in my other videos, how you can control those individual settings. But now I, as the student, could go into this particular assignment. Down here you can see the questions that are a part of this assignment, and you can actually see that I haven't done anything yet as the student. So I could just jump around to individual questions here if I wanted to, but I'll click on View Assessments at the top, and now it basically gives me the first question of the assessment. And now I can begin going through and recording my responses. And so that is how students will access and view assessments in the ADAPT platform.